300 inches of snow in 2 weeks. That is not a typo. That is 25 feet of snow bearing the Sierra Nevada mountains right now, and if you think that is the only extreme weather event unfolding across America this week, you are dangerously wrong. Because while the West Coast drowns under historic snowfall, a violent supercell outbreak is barreling toward the Gulf Coast at this very moment. And lurking behind that, a sneaky winter storm is about to ambush the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast with snow in places that were 70 degrees just 48 hours ago. Are you in one of the 250 cities about to be slammed by these back-to-back weather disasters? Stay with me for the next 30 seconds and I will tell you exactly when each storm hits your neighborhood down to the hour. Right now, at this exact moment, a squall line of severe thunderstorms is racing across East Texas at 60 miles per hour. If you live anywhere from Houston to Shreveport, from Tyler to Baton Rouge, you have exactly 3 hours before damaging winds, large hail, and possible tornadoes arrive at your doorstep. This is not a drill. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight risk for severe weather, which means conditions are favorable for destructive storms. And here is what makes tonight particularly dangerous. These storms are not slowing down after sunset. They are intensifying. Let me give you the exact timing for the Gulf Coast threat, because this is critical information that could save your property or even your life. At 8:00 p.m. tonight, Saturday, February 14th, the main squall line will be slamming into Houston and Shreveport simultaneously. By midnight, New Orleans will be under the gun. By 3 a.m. Sunday morning, the line will be pushing through Gulfport and Jackson, Mississippi. But here is the twist that nobody saw coming. As this system moves east, it is going to regenerate on Sunday afternoon across northern Florida and southern Georgia. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Panama City, Gainesville, even Orlando. You are looking at a renewed severe weather threat between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Sunday, February 15th. The atmosphere is going to absolutely explode across this region. We are tracking convective available potential energy values, that is the fuel for thunderstorms, reaching 1,500 joules per kilogram over southwest Georgia by mid-afternoon tomorrow. To put that in perspective, anything over 1,000 joules per kilogram is considered highly favorable for severe weather. We are going to blow past that threshold. And the tornado risk, it is real, very real. The low-level wind shear, which is what causes storms to rotate and produce tornadoes, will be cranking across the Florida Panhandle and South Georgia tomorrow afternoon. If you live along Interstate 10 from Tallahassee to Jacksonville or Interstate 75 between Orlando and the Georgia border, tomorrow is going to be a dangerous day to be on the road. Multiple tornadoes are possible, along with widespread damaging winds exceeding 60 miles per hour and hail up to golf ball size. But wait, there is more happening simultaneously, and this is where the forecast gets absolutely insane. While the Southeast battles tornadoes and flooding, the West Coast is being absolutely obliterated by what meteorologists are calling an extreme impact atmospheric river event. Let me be very clear about what is happening in California, Oregon, and Washington right now. This is not your typical winter storm. The Weather Prediction Center, the folks who never use dramatic language, are using the word extreme to describe the impacts headed for the Sierra Nevada mountains. Starting Sunday night, February 15th, and continuing through Tuesday, February 17th, the Sierra Nevada range is going to be buried under 2 to 4 feet of snow, with some peaks receiving up to 8 feet in just 72 hours. 8 feet. That is taller than most people. That is enough snow to completely bury a car. That is enough snow to make Interstate 80 over Donner Pass completely impassable, and I am not exaggerating when I say do not attempt to travel through the Sierra Nevada mountains starting Sunday night. You will get stuck, you will get stranded, and rescue crews may not be able to reach you for days. Let me give you specific snowfall totals for key mountain locations because these numbers are absolutely staggering. Mammoth Mountain is forecast to receive 48 inches of snow by Tuesday morning. That is 4 feet. The area north and east of Fresno, 50 inches through Tuesday. Donner Pass, 50-plus inches. And those are conservative estimates from the National Weather Service. Some of the more aggressive weather models are showing snowfall totals exceeding 100 inches in the highest elevations of the northern Sierra Nevada. 100 inches equals 8.3 feet in 72 hours. That would rank as one of the top 5 snowfall events in Sierra Nevada history. But here is what is truly unprecedented about this pattern. This is not a one-and-done storm system. This is the beginning of a relentless parade of atmospheric river events that will hammer the West Coast for the next 2 weeks straight. The European weather model, which is generally the most accurate long-range forecast model we have, is showing cumulative snowfall totals through March 1st that will shatter every record in the books. Are you ready for this number? 302.5 inches of snow. That is the maximum snowfall total the European model is forecasting for portions of the northern Sierra Nevada over the next 2 weeks. Let me say that again in a way that really drives home how absurd this is. 25 feet of snow in 14 days. The European model is literally maxed out. The snowfall totals are so extreme that the model cannot even display them properly on the standard graphics. When I zoomed into the Sierra Nevada on the model, I found locations showing 146 inches of snow, but the model indicates there are areas receiving more than twice that amount. We are talking about snow accumulations that most people cannot even visualize. This is going to completely reshape the landscape of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Now, where it is not snowing, it is going to be raining hard. Los Angeles and Santa Barbara are under a slight risk for excessive rainfall Sunday and Monday, which means flash flooding is a serious concern. We are forecasting rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour as these atmospheric river events slam into the coastal ranges of Southern California. Strong southerly winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour will push moisture directly against the mountains, enhancing the rainfall even more through a process called orographic lift. If you live near a burn scar from the recent wildfires, or if you live in a low-lying area anywhere in Southern California, Monday, February 16th is the day to be on high alert for rising water and potential debris flows. We could see 3 to 6 inches of rain falling in just 24 hours across portions of Los Angeles and Ventura counties. And it is not just California. The Pacific Northwest is going to get hammered as well. Seattle, Portland, Eugene, Medford, we are looking at widespread rainfall totals of 5 to 10 inches over the next 2 weeks, with some locations along the Washington and Oregon coast potentially exceeding 12 inches of total precipitation. That is an entire year's worth of rain in some parts of the country, falling in just 14 days. The winds are going to be ferocious too. These are powerful storm systems, and when they make landfall along the Pacific coast, they are going to bring sustained winds of 30 to 50 miles per hour to the valleys, with gusts approaching 100 miles per hour in the higher elevations of the Cascades and Sierra Nevada. If you are a truck driver, if you are planning to travel through any mountain passes in California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, or Colorado, over the next 2 weeks, you need to completely rethink your plans. Chains will be mandatory, roads will be closed, and visibility will be near zero during the heaviest snow bands. Now let me take you back to the central and eastern United States, because while the West freezes, the East is about to experience something completely contradictory. We are talking about record-breaking warmth. Fall spring, as we like to call it, is making a major appearance across the central United States this week. By the middle of next week, Wednesday, February 18th, temperatures are going to soar 20 to 30 degrees above average across a huge chunk of the country. Let me give you specific cities and specific temperatures so you understand just how extreme this warmth will be. Omaha, Nebraska, 75 degrees on Tuesday, February 17th. That would obliterate the record high for that date. Lincoln, Nebraska, 75 degrees. Hastings, Nebraska, potentially touching 80 degrees. Abilene, Texas, and other parts of central Texas, mid-80s on Tuesday. This is not normal for mid-February. Indianapolis, Indiana, 66 degrees on Wednesday, February 18th, which would smash the existing record high. Mount Vernon, Illinois, 72 degrees, also a record. We are going to see temperatures in the 50s and 60s, stretching all the way up into South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Minnesota on Monday and Tuesday of next week. But it is not just the daytime highs that will be record-breaking. The overnight lows are going to be absurdly warm as well. Des Moines, Iowa, starting Monday morning, February 16th, with temperatures in the mid-40s. Kansas City, Missouri, mid-40s. By Tuesday morning, look at all the cities circled for potential record-warm low temperatures. And Wednesday morning, February 18th, is going to be the warmest morning of the week, with temperatures starting off near 60 degrees across the mid and lower Mississippi Valley, 60 degrees at sunrise in mid-February in the Midwest. This is the kind of temperature pattern that makes you want to open the windows and pretend it is May. And for those of you who love warm weather, enjoy it while you can, because this warmth is not going to last. Here is where the forecast gets really interesting, and this is the promise I made you at the beginning. Remember, I mentioned a sneaky winter storm is going to ambush the mid-Atlantic and Northeast? Well, that storm is taking shape right now, and it is going to arrive much sooner than most people realize. While the Gulf Coast deals with severe weather on Sunday, and while the Southeast gets drenched with heavy rain, cold air is going to be trapped on the eastern side of the Appalachian Mountains in a process meteorologists call cold air damming. This is going to create a very sharp temperature gradient with warm air and heavy rain to the west and south and cold air and snow to the north and east. And here is the exact timing for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast snow event. Late Sunday night, February 15th, going into Monday morning, February 16th, snow is going to develop across West Virginia, western Maryland, western and central Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, and potentially the New York City metropolitan area. Now, I want to be very honest with you about this snow event because I do not want to overhype it. This is not going to be a blockbuster nor Easter that shuts down the I-95 corridor for 3 days. But it is going to be a nuisance, and it is going to catch a lot of people off guard because we just had 70-degree temperatures in these same areas 48 hours earlier. Let me give you snowfall totals city by city. Philadelphia, a general coating to 1 inch of snow with some models suggesting up to 2 inches in the northern and western suburbs. New York City, a coating to 1.5 inches with higher amounts north and west of the city. Baltimore and Washington, D.C., the forecast is trickier here because you are right on the rain-snow line, but some areas could see a coating to 1 inch if the cold air holds on long enough. Pittsburgh, western Pennsylvania, this is where we could see 3 to 5 inches of accumulating snow, especially in the higher elevations. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 2 to 4 inches. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Allentown, 3 to 6 inches of snow possible. The Weather Prediction Center is giving New York City less than a 20% chance of seeing 2 or more inches of snow, which tells you this is going to be a light event for the big cities along the coast. But even a light snowfall can cause problems if it falls during the Monday morning commute, and that is exactly when this is going to happen. The heaviest snow will fall between midnight Sunday and 9 a.m. Monday morning. Roads could be slick, visibility could be reduced, and if you are flying out of Philadelphia, Newark, or New York area airports Monday morning, expect delays. Let me give you the precipitation forecast for the broader storm system because while parts of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast are dealing with snow, other areas are going to see tremendous rainfall. Arkansas, 2 to 5 inches of rain between Saturday night and Monday morning, with the Little Rock area potentially seeing the highest totals. Tennessee, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, 1 to 3 inches of rain. The Carolinas, Virginia, 1 to 3 inches, with locally higher amounts where thunderstorms train over the same areas repeatedly. Flash flooding is a concern from Dallas-Fort Worth all the way to Memphis and Little Rock tonight and Sunday. Then that flash flooding risk shifts east to the Carolinas, southern Virginia, Georgia, southeastern Alabama, and northern Florida on Sunday and Monday. If you see standing water on the road, do not drive through it. Turn around, do not drown. Every year, people die trying to drive through flooded roads, and it only takes 12 inches of moving water to sweep a car off the road. Now, let me take you out into the long-range forecast, because what is coming the week of February 23rd is going to be a complete 180-degree flip from the warmth we are experiencing this week. Around Friday, February 20th, a strong cold front is going to sweep across the eastern United States, and this front is going to have some serious teeth. We are tracking the potential for a significant storm system near Chicago on Friday, with a long, extended cold front stretching all the way down to the Gulf Coast. This could bring the chance of thunderstorms pretty far north, possibly all the way into the mid-Atlantic, as we get a surge of warm, humid air ahead of the front. But behind that front, much colder air is going to come crashing in. And when I say much colder, I mean temperatures could drop 30 to 40 degrees in just 24 hours across the Midwest and Great Lakes. By Saturday, February 21st, the entire temperature pattern across the United States is going to change dramatically. We go from a ridge, which means warm air and high pressure, to what we call a zonal flow, which is essentially a flat jet stream from west to east. This typically brings temperatures closer to normal, or slightly below normal to the north and slightly above normal to the south. But do not let that fool you. After experiencing 70 and 80-degree temperatures, a return to normal is going to feel downright cold. And then, around Monday, February 23rd through Wednesday, February 25th, we are tracking the potential for a much more significant outbreak of cold air across the eastern United States. This is when we transition into a classic trough in the east, ridge in the west pattern, which is the type of setup that brings Arctic air plunging south and can generate major winter storms for the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and Northeast. Multiple weather models are showing the potential for a significant winter storm somewhere in the Great Lakes or Northeast region around February 20th or 21st. Now, it is still too early to give you specific cities and specific snowfall amounts for an event that is 6 or 7 days away, but I want you to be aware that after this week's warmth, winter is not done with the northern United States. Let me show you the snowfall forecast through March 1st for the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and New England. We are looking at the potential for 6 to 12 inches of accumulating snow across northern Wisconsin, northern Michigan, and portions of New York and New England between February 20th and February 25th. Some locations could see more than that if a storm system develops and intensifies over the Great Lakes. And here is something else to watch. The transition zone between rain and snow is going to set up right across the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic during this time frame, which means we could be talking about significant icing events with sleet and freezing rain. Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, Western Maryland, Northern Virginia, you need to be prepared for the possibility of ice accumulations that could bring down trees and power lines between February 20th and February 25th. The GFS model and the European model are not in perfect agreement on the details, but they both show the same general pattern. Colder air returning to the eastern United States, active storm track through the Great Lakes and Northeast, and the potential for winter weather impacts that could include heavy snow to the north and ice to the south. Now let me give you a city-by-city breakdown of what to expect over the next 2 weeks, because this is the detailed forecast that you came here for. I am going to go through more than 250 cities and tell you what to expect, starting with Texas. Houston, severe thunderstorms tonight, Saturday, with damaging winds and large hail possible, then turning much quieter and pleasant next week with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. San Antonio, scattered thunderstorms tonight, then dry and warm next week with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Dallas, Fort Worth, severe thunderstorms possible tonight, then beautiful weather next week with sunny skies and temperatures in the mid-70s. El Paso staying dry and mild with highs in the 60s and 70s through the entire 2-week period. Moving to Louisiana. New Orleans, severe thunderstorms likely around midnight tonight into early Sunday morning, then heavy rain Sunday with 2 to 3 inches possible, followed by a drying trend and warm temperatures next week with highs in the mid-70s. Shreveport, severe weather tonight with a squall line of storms moving through between 8 p.m. and midnight, then quieter weather next week. Baton Rouge, same story, severe storms tonight, heavy rain Sunday, warm and pleasant next week. Mississippi. Jackson, severe thunderstorms moving through Sunday morning around 7 a.m., then gradually clearing with warm weather developing next week. Gulfport, Biloxi, severe weather possible early Sunday morning, then heavy rain during the day. Sunday followed by improving conditions. Alabama, Birmingham, marginal severe weather threat Sunday morning, then heavy rain, followed by a warm-up next week with highs in the low 70s. Mobile, severe weather threat Sunday with heavy rain, gusty winds, and an isolated tornado risk, then clearing and warming next week. Huntsville, rain and possible thunderstorms. Sunday and Monday, then warming into the 70s by midweek. Florida, Jacksonville, this is a particularly dangerous forecast for you. Severe weather threat Sunday afternoon and evening, roughly between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. with all hazards possible, including tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail. The squall line will be regenerating right over your area. Panama City, Tallahassee, same severe weather window Sunday afternoon and evening. Orlando, you are on the southern edge of the severe weather risk Sunday, but heavy rain and gusty thunderstorms are still likely. Miami staying mostly dry through the weekend, warm and pleasant next week with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s and lows in the upper 60s. Georgia, Atlanta, heavy rain Sunday and Monday with 1 to 2 inches possible, then a nice warm-up next week into the 70s. Savannah, severe weather threat Sunday afternoon and evening, same time frame as Jacksonville, roughly 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., then heavy rain continuing into Monday. Augusta, heavy rain Sunday and Monday with localized flooding possible in poor drainage areas. South Carolina, Charleston, heavy rain Sunday and Monday, 2 to 3 inches possible, then clearing and warming next week. Columbia, same forecast, heavy rain over the weekend, then improving and warming. Myrtle Beach, heavy rain and gusty winds Sunday and Monday, some coastal flooding possible with onshore flow. North Carolina. Charlotte, heavy rain Sunday and Monday, 1 to 2 inches, then dry and warming next week with highs in the 60s. Raleigh, heavy rain Sunday and Monday, then becoming sunny and pleasant with temperatures climbing into the mid-60s by Wednesday. Wilmington, heavy rain and wind Sunday and Monday, coastal flooding possible, Virginia. Richmond, heavy rain Sunday and Monday, then sunshine returns with temperatures in the 60s next week. Virginia Beach, Norfolk, heavy rain and wind Sunday and Monday, 1 to 3 inches possible, then improving. Roanoke, rain Sunday transitioning to a rain-snow mix or all-snow Monday morning in higher elevations west of the city, then clearing and cool. Washington, D.C., rain Sunday heavy at times, possibly mixing with or changing to snow very early Monday morning but little to no accumulation expected in the city. Higher elevations to the west could see a coating to 1 inch. Then turning milder next week with highs in the 50s and 60s. Maryland. Baltimore, rain Sunday, possibly ending as a period of light snow or snow showers early Monday morning with little to no accumulation, then turning milder with highs in the 50s and 60s next week. Ocean City, heavy rain and wind, Sunday and Monday with coastal flooding possible, then improving. Delaware. Wilmington, Dover, rain Sunday heavy at times, possibly ending as light snow early Monday morning with little to no accumulation, then milder next week. Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, rain Sunday, possibly mixing with or changing to snow late Sunday night into Monday morning, generally a coating to 1 inch with higher amounts in the northern and western suburbs, then turning milder next week with highs in the 50s. Pittsburgh, rain Sunday, changing to snow Sunday night and Monday, 3 to 5 inches possible, especially in higher elevations, then turning colder before moderating late week. Harrisburg, rain changing to snow late Sunday night and Monday, 2 to 4 inches possible. Some slick roads for the Monday morning commute. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, snow developing late Sunday night and continuing Monday morning, 3 to 6 inches possible with slushy roads likely. New Jersey. Newark, rain Sunday, possibly ending as a brief period of snow Monday morning, generally a coating to 1 inch, higher amounts possible in northwestern parts of the state. Atlantic City, rain Sunday and Monday, possibly briefly mixing with snow early Monday, but little accumulation expected at the coast, then turning milder. New York City, rain Sunday, possibly mixing with or changing to snow late Sunday night into Monday morning, generally a coating to 1.5 inches with higher amounts north and west of the city, some slick roads possible Monday morning, then turning milder next week. Albany, snow developing Sunday night and continuing Monday, 4 to 8 inches possible, then remaining cold before moderating late week. Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, lake effect snow showers Sunday and Monday with 1 to 3 inches, then more organized snow possible mid to late week with another storm system. Connecticut, Hartford, New Haven, rain changing to snow late Sunday night and Monday, 2 to 4 inches possible, some travel impacts likely Monday morning, then milder next week. Massachusetts. Boston, rain changing to snow late Sunday night and Monday, 2 to 5 inches possible, especially west of the city. Some slick roads Monday morning, then turning milder. Springfield, snow Sunday night and Monday, 3 to 6 inches possible. Winter weather travel impacts likely. Rhode Island. Providence, rain changing to snow late Sunday night and Monday, 2 to 4 inches possible. Some travel impacts Monday morning, then milder. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Burlington, snow Sunday night and Monday, 4 to 8 inches possible. Concord, snow Sunday night and Monday, 5 to 10 inches possible. Portland, Maine, snow Sunday night and Monday, 4 to 8 inches possible. Northern Maine, heavier snow with 6 to 12 inches possible in the highest elevations. Now let me move to the Midwest and Great Plains. Ohio, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, rain and possible thunderstorms. Sunday and Monday, then turning much warmer with record-breaking temperatures possible Tuesday and Wednesday. Cleveland could hit 65, Columbus could reach 68, Cincinnati could touch 70 on Wednesday. Then much colder air returns late next week. Indiana, Indianapolis, rain Sunday and Monday, then surging to 66 degrees on Wednesday, which would be a record high, then crashing back into the 30s and 40s by the following weekend. Fort Wayne, same pattern. Illinois. Chicago, rain and possible thunderstorms Sunday and Monday, then warming to the low 60s by midweek, then a strong cold front Friday with a sharp temperature drop and possible snow late next week. Springfield, same forecast. Rockford, similar but colder overall. Michigan, Detroit, rain and possible snow showers Sunday and Monday, then milder midweek, then much colder late week with lake effect snow possible. Grand Rapids, Lansing, similar forecast with more lake effect snow potential. Wisconsin. Milwaukee, rain and snow mixed Sunday and Monday, then milder midweek with highs in the 40s and 50s, then colder again late week with more snow possible. Madison, Green Bay, similar forecast. Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul, snow showers Sunday and Monday with 1 to 3 inches possible, then milder midweek with highs reaching the 40s, then colder again late week. Duluth, more snow with 3 to 6 inches possible Sunday through Tuesday, remaining cold throughout. Iowa, Des Moines, rain possibly mixing with snow Sunday and Monday, then warm up to near 60 by Wednesday, then cold front brings much colder air and possible snow late week. Cedar Rapids, Davenport, similar forecast. Missouri, Kansas City, St. Louis, rain and possible thunderstorms Sunday and Monday, then warming to near 70 by Wednesday, then cold front and possible winter weather late next week. Nebraska. Omaha, Lincoln, Grand Island, rain possibly mixing with snow Sunday and Monday, then record warmth with temperatures in the mid-70s Tuesday and Wednesday, then crashing back into winter by next weekend. Kansas. Wichita, Topeka, rain and possible thunderstorms Sunday and Monday, then sunny and warm next week with highs in the upper 60s and low 70s, then turning colder. Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, scattered thunderstorms possible Sunday, then dry and warm next week with highs in the 70s, then a cold front brings much cooler air and possible storms late next week. Arkansas, Little Rock, severe thunderstorms likely tonight and Sunday with heavy rain, 2 to 5 inches possible leading to flash flooding, then drying out and warming next week with highs in the 70s, now moving to the west. California. Los Angeles, atmospheric river event Sunday and Monday with heavy rain and flooding concerns, 2 to 4 inches possible with locally higher amounts, strong winds 30 to 40 miles per hour, then gradual improvement but more rain arrives midweek. San Diego, heavy rain Sunday and Monday, 1 to 3 inches, then drying out. San Francisco, heavy rain and wind Sunday through Wednesday, 3 to 6 inches possible, urban flooding likely. Sacramento, heavy rain in the valley, heavy snow in the nearby Sierra Nevada foothills, 2 to 4 inches of rain possible in the city. Fresno, rain in the city but heavy mountain snow just to the east with 48 inches possible at higher elevations by Tuesday. For anyone planning to travel to or through the Sierra Nevada mountains, here are the critical snowfall forecasts. Mammoth Mountain, 48 inches of snow Sunday through Tuesday, then more snow arrives Wednesday through Friday with an additional 2 to 3 feet possible. Lake Tahoe area, 30 to 40 inches Sunday through Tuesday, then more snow midweek. Donner Pass, 50-plus inches by Tuesday making travel impossible. The pass will likely be closed for multiple days. Yosemite Valley, 1 to 2 feet at valley floor elevations, much more in the high country. Highest elevations of the Sierra Nevada, total snowfall through March 1st could exceed 20 feet, with some locations potentially receiving 25 feet. Nevada. Las Vegas, staying dry with pleasant temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Reno, heavy snow in the nearby mountains, 1 to 2 inches possible in the city Sunday and Monday, then more snow midweek. Oregon. Portland, heavy rain Sunday through Wednesday, 4 to 8 inches possible, strong winds, urban flooding likely, then more rain arrives late next week. Eugene, similar forecast with slightly higher rain totals. Medford, rain and high elevation snow, Sunday through Wednesday, valley rain totals 3 to 6 inches. Bend, heavy snow Sunday through next week, 1 to 2 feet possible in the city, much more in the Cascade Mountains. Coast Range and Cascade Mountains, feet of snow through the next 2 weeks. Some locations could see 10 to 15 feet total. Washington. Seattle, Tacoma, heavy rain and wind, Sunday through Wednesday, 3 to 6 inches of rain. Strong winds could cause power outages, then more rain late next week. Spokane, snow Sunday through Tuesday with 6 to 12 inches possible, then more snow midweek. Cascade Mountains, massive snowfall totals with 10 to 20 feet possible over the next 2 weeks. Mount Rainier, Stevens Pass, Snoqualmie Pass, All will see extreme snowfall with hundreds of inches possible. Idaho. Boise, rain and mountain snow Sunday and Monday, 1 to 2 inches of rain in the valley, heavy snow in the mountains. Pocatello, Idaho Falls, snow Sunday through Tuesday with 4 to 8 inches possible, then more snow later next week. Montana. Billings, Great Falls, snow showers Sunday through Tuesday with 2 to 6 inches, then more snow possible late next week with a stronger storm system. Missoula, Kalispell, heavy mountain snow with 6 to 12 inches in the valleys and 1 to 2 feet in the mountains. Wyoming. Cheyenne, snow Sunday through Tuesday with 4 to 8 inches possible, then more snow late next week. Jackson Hole, heavy mountain snow with 1 to 2 feet possible by Tuesday, then more snow midweek and late week. Mountain ranges could see 3 to 5 feet total over 2 weeks, Colorado. Denver, finally a chance for significant snow late Sunday into Monday with 3 to 6 inches possible, then more snow potential late next week. Colorado Springs, same forecast. Mountain areas, heavy snow with 1 to 2 feet possible in the high country by Tuesday, then more snow throughout the next 2 weeks. Ski resorts will see excellent conditions with multiple feet of fresh powder. Utah. Salt Lake City, snow Sunday and Monday with 3 to 6 inches possible, then more snow midweek. Park City area, heavy snow with 1 to 2 feet possible. Great news for skiers. Southern Utah, staying drier with just scattered snow showers. Arizona, Phoenix, Tucson, staying dry and mild with highs in the 60s and 70s throughout the period. Flagstaff, snow Sunday and Monday with 6 to 12 inches possible, then more snow later in the week. New Mexico. Albuquerque, Santa Fe, snow showers possible Sunday and Monday with 1 to 4 inches, then more snow possible late week. Now the Northern Plains and Upper Midwest through late February. North Dakota, South Dakota, Bismarck, Fargo, Rapid City, Sioux Falls, snow showers Sunday and Monday, then a warm-up midweek that is remarkable for February with temperatures potentially reaching the 50s, then crashing back into winter late next week with a significant winter storm possible around February 21st through 23rd. This could bring heavy snow to the region, possibly 6 to 12 inches or more. And now let me give you detailed forecasts for major outdoor events happening in February across America, because I know many of you have plans and you need to know if weather is going to impact them. Daytona 500, Daytona Beach, Florida, Sunday, February 22nd. The severe weather outbreak this weekend will be long gone by race day. Expect partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-70s, and light winds. Perfect racing weather. NBA All-Star Weekend, Indianapolis, Indiana, February 14th through 16th. Tonight and tomorrow will be dry and pleasant. Sunday will bring rain, but temperatures will remain mild in the 50s. Spring training baseball, Arizona and Florida. Arizona locations, Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tempe, staying dry and pleasant with temperatures in the 60s and 70s throughout the next 2 weeks. Ideal baseball weather. Florida locations, all spring training sites will see heavy rains Sunday and Monday this weekend, then improving with pleasant weather next week, temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Mardi Gras, New Orleans, Louisiana, Fat Tuesday is February 25th. The severe weather this weekend will be over, but keep an eye on the forecast for late next week as another storm system could bring rain and possibly storms to the Gulf Coast around February 23rd through 25th. Phoenix Open Golf Tournament, Scottsdale, Arizona, February 13th through 16th. Staying dry and sunny with perfect golf weather, temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. Miami Open Tennis, Miami, Florida, ongoing. Staying mostly dry through the next 2 weeks with just isolated showers possible, temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s, excellent tennis weather. For anyone with outdoor plans in the mid-Atlantic or Northeast next Monday morning, be aware of the potential for slick roads and reduced visibility due to snow. Morning commutes in Philadelphia, New York, Boston could be impacted. For anyone with travel plans through the Rocky Mountains or Sierra Nevada over the next 2 weeks, major delays and road closures are likely. Interstate 80 in California will be extremely hazardous or closed through the Sierra Nevada. Interstate 90 in Washington could see closures over Snoqualmie Pass. Interstate 70 in Colorado could be impacted by snow. Check road conditions before you go. Now let me tell you what is coming after all of this, because the pattern is going to remain very active through the end of February and into early March. The 4th week of February, February 23rd through February 29th, is going to feature a very active storm track across the southern United States, We could be looking at multiple severe weather outbreaks across Dixie Alley in the southeast. Places like Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee could see several rounds of severe thunderstorms with all hazards possible, including tornadoes. This is climatologically favored as we get into late February, which is when tornado season really starts to ramp up in the Deep South. Meanwhile, the northern tier of the country, from the Pacific Northwest through the northern plains and Great Lakes to New England, is going to see frequent winter storms. Snow will be piling up across these regions. Total snowfall through March 1st could reach 2 to 4 feet in the highest elevations of the Cascades and northern Rockies, 1 to 2 feet across the upper Midwest and northern New England, and the rain, oh, the rain. The West Coast is going to see incredible rainfall totals over the next 2 weeks. Coastal areas of Northern California, Oregon, and Washington could see 8 to 12 inches of total rainfall, with some locations potentially exceeding 15 inches. This is going to lead to widespread flooding, mudslides in burn scar areas, and river flooding. The Southeast is also going to see very heavy rainfall through the end of February. Locations from eastern Texas through the Gulf Coast and up into the Carolinas could see 6 to 10 inches of total rainfall over the next 2 weeks, with locally higher amounts where storms repeatedly impact the same areas. Rivers and streams will be running high, and flash flooding will be a recurring concern. But here is the big pattern change that is coming in early March. In the first week of March, March 1st through March 8th, the coldest air is going to be locked up in Alaska and western Canada. The true Arctic air will stay to the north. However, we will still see shots of cold air diving down into the northwest and northern United States at times, bringing winter weather in the form of snow, sleet, freezing rain, or just plain cold temperatures. Meanwhile, across the southern two-thirds of the country, spring-like weather will dominate. Fall-spring will continue with temperatures running above normal from Texas to Florida and northward into the Ohio Valley. This warmth combined with moisture from the Gulf of Mexico is going to create a very favorable environment for severe weather. The first week of March could see significant severe weather outbreaks across the southern plains and Gulf Coast states. We are talking about a classic spring severe weather pattern with supercells, tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds all possible. If you live in Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, or Texas, early March is when you need to make sure your severe weather preparedness plans are in place. And with all that warmth and moisture, rainfall is going to add up quickly. The southern plains and southeast could see another 4 to 8 inches of rain in the first week of March alone. If you live near a creek, stream, or river in the south, you need to be monitoring water levels very closely as we head into March because flooding is going to be an ongoing concern. The West Coast is going to remain active as well in early March, but the focus of the heaviest precipitation will shift slightly northward into the Pacific Northwest. Oregon and Washington could continue to see very heavy rain at lower elevations and heavy snow in the mountains through the first week of March. Snowfall will be more limited to the highest elevations and mountain ranges, with most valleys seeing rain instead of snow as temperatures moderate slightly. Now, I want to give you one more critical piece of information before we wrap up. The long-range forecast models are showing a significant pattern change around March 8th through March 15th, where we could see a return of colder air to the eastern United States. This would be another swing back toward winter for the east, with the potential for late-season winter storms impacting the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast. It is too early for specifics, but if you are someone who hates winter and you are ready for spring, do not put away the snow shovel just yet. Winter could have one more significant outbreak left in the tank for early to mid-March. So let me summarize everything we have covered because this has been a massive amount of information. Tonight, severe thunderstorms across the Gulf Coast from Houston to New Orleans arriving between 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes possible. Sunday afternoon and evening, regeneration of severe weather across northern Florida and southern Georgia, Jacksonville to Tallahassee to Orlando, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., all severe weather hazards possible. Heavy rain across the southeast this weekend and early next week. 2 to 5 inches possible. Flash flooding likely in Arkansas. Flooding concerns continue across the Gulf Coast, Carolinas, and Virginia. Sunday night into Monday morning, surprise winter storm for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Snow developing late Sunday night, coating to 1 inch for Philadelphia and New York City. 3 to 6 inches for interior Pennsylvania and upstate New York. Monday morning commute could be impacted by slick roads. West Coast atmospheric river event starting Sunday night, extreme snowfall for the Sierra Nevada, 2 to 4 feet through Tuesday, some peaks receiving 8 feet. Total snowfall through March 1st could exceed 25 feet in the highest elevations. Heavy rain for California coast, Los Angeles and Santa Barbara could see 3 to 6 inches with flooding concerns. Strong winds 30 to 40 miles per hour. Pacific Northwest gets hammered with 4 to 8 inches of rain this week alone, 10 to 15 feet of mountain snow over the next 2 weeks. Record warmth for the central United States next week. Temperatures 20 to 30 degrees above normal. Record highs possible Tuesday and Wednesday. Omaha could hit 75. Indianapolis 66. Enjoy it while it lasts. Late next week, pattern flip, strong cold front arrives Friday, February 20th. Much colder air for the east, potential for significant winter storm around February 21st through 23rd for the Great Lakes and Northeast, 6 to 12 inches of snow possible for some locations, ice concerns for the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic. Fourth week of February into early March, active severe weather pattern for the south, multiple tornado outbreaks possible, heavy rainfall continues with flooding concerns, snow continues for the northern tier, spring arrives for the southern two-thirds of the country by early March. If you made it this far, thank you for sticking with me through this incredibly detailed forecast. Now here is what I need you to do. Drop a comment below and tell me where you are watching from because I want to give you an even more specific forecast for your exact location. Are you in Houston worried about tonight's storms? Are you in Philadelphia wondering if you will see snow Monday morning? Are you in Los Angeles preparing for the flooding rain? Tell me in the comments and I will personally respond with additional details for your area. And here is your teaser for tomorrow's video. We are going to dive deep into the science behind why the West Coast is getting absolutely demolished with snow while the East Coast sees record warmth. I am going to show you the jet stream pattern that is causing this extreme split, and I am going to reveal what this pattern means for the rest of winter and early spring. You do not want to miss it because the answer might surprise you. But wait, there is even more you need to know, and this information could be critical for your safety and planning over the next 14 days. Let me go deeper into the atmospheric setup that is creating these extreme weather patterns because understanding why this is happening will help you understand what to expect as we move through the rest of winter and into spring. What we are dealing with right now is one of the most amplified jet stream patterns we have seen in years. The jet stream is essentially a river of fast-moving air high up in the atmosphere, typically around 30,000 feet, that steers weather systems across the country. When the jet stream is relatively flat, running from west to east without much waviness, we get more tranquil weather with temperatures closer to normal. But when the jet stream becomes highly amplified with big waves and troughs, that is when we get extreme weather. And right now, the jet stream is extremely amplified. We have a massive trough digging down into the West Coast, which is why the Pacific Northwest, California, and the Rockies are seeing such extreme winter weather. That trough is forcing storm after storm after storm to slam into the western mountains, producing those incredible snowfall totals I mentioned earlier. Remember, we are talking about the potential for 25 feet of snow in 2 weeks. That is not normal, even for the Sierra Nevada. Meanwhile, we have a massive ridge building over the central United States, which is why temperatures are going to soar so far above normal next week. A ridge means sinking air and high pressure, which typically brings sunny skies and warm temperatures. The strength of this ridge is going to allow temperatures to climb 20 to 30 degrees above normal, which is how we end up with 75-degree weather in Nebraska in mid-February. But here is the critical part. These patterns do not last forever. In fact, one of the hallmarks of this particular setup is that it is going to be very transient. We are going to see rapid swings from warm to cold, from dry to wet, from calm to stormy. This volatility is going to continue not just through February, but likely into March as well. And that brings me to an important point about severe weather season. We are entering what meteorologists call the secondary severe weather season. Most people think of April and May as peak tornado season, and they are right for places like Oklahoma, Kansas, and the Central Plains. But for the Deep South, for places like Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, the peak of tornado season actually occurs in late winter and early spring, specifically February, March, and early April. Why? because this is the time of year when we start to get significant warm, moist air surging northward from the Gulf of Mexico, but we still have access to cold air from Canada. When you combine warm, moist air with cold, dry air and you add in strong wind shear from the jet stream, you create an environment that is extremely favorable for supercells and tornadoes. And that is exactly what we are setting up for over the next few weeks. The severe weather outbreak this weekend is just the beginning. As we move through the fourth week of February and into early March, we are likely to see multiple severe weather events across the South. Some of these could be significant outbreaks with dozens of tornadoes, large hail, and widespread damaging winds. If you live anywhere from eastern Texas to the Carolinas, now is the time to review your severe weather safety plans. Do you have a safe place to go if a tornado warning is issued for your area? Do you have multiple ways to receive warnings, including a weather radio or smartphone app that will alert you even if you are asleep? Do you have supplies gathered in your safe place, including a flashlight, battery-powered radio, first aid kit, water, and medications? These are not questions to ask yourself when a tornado is bearing down on your neighborhood. These are questions you need to answer now, before the next outbreak occurs. Now let me give you even more detailed city-by-city forecasts, because I want to make sure everyone watching this has the information they need for their specific location. Starting with more cities in the south and southeast. Tennessee. Nashville, heavy rain Sunday and Monday with 1 to 3 inches possible. Some embedded thunderstorms, then turning warmer and drier next week with highs in the upper 60s to low 70s by Wednesday. Then a cold front brings cooler air and possible rain and thunderstorms late next week. Memphis, heavy rain tonight through Monday with 2 to 4 inches possible. Flash flooding concerns especially in areas with poor drainage, then drying out and warming next week with temperatures in the low 70s. Then another storm system possible late next week. Knoxville, rain Sunday and Monday with 1 to 2 inches. Some higher elevation areas to the east could see a mix of rain and snow. Sunday night, then milder next week. Chattanooga, rain and thunderstorms Sunday and Monday. Some could be strong to severe Sunday afternoon, then improving and warming next week. Kentucky, Louisville, rain and possible thunderstorms Sunday and Monday, then warming into the mid-60s by Wednesday, which would be well above normal, then turning colder late next week. Lexington, similar forecast, rain into Monday, then a nice warm-up, then colder again. Bowling Green, closer to the severe weather risk Sunday with possible strong thunderstorms, then warming next week. West Virginia. Charleston, rain Sunday, changing to a mix of rain and snow late Sunday night and Monday morning, especially in higher elevations. Valley locations likely stay mostly rain, but a coating of snow is possible, then turning milder next week. Morgantown, better chance for accumulating snow Sunday night and Monday, 2 to 4 inches possible. Some travel impacts likely, then improving later next week. Now let me cover more of the West in greater detail. California continued. Bakersfield, rain Sunday and Monday with 1 to 3 inches possible. Some thunderstorms then drying out, but more rain arrives Wednesday and Thursday. Redding, heavy rain and wind Sunday through Tuesday with 3 to 5 inches possible. Higher elevation snow in the surrounding mountains, then more rain midweek. Eureka on the far north coast, heavy rain and strong winds Sunday through Wednesday, 4 to 8 inches of rain possible. Coastal flooding concerns with high surf and strong onshore winds. Monterey, Santa Cruz, heavy rain Sunday and Monday, 2 to 4 inches. Urban and small stream flooding possible, then more rain Wednesday. Mountain communities in California. Truckee near Lake Tahoe, heavy snow Sunday through Tuesday with 30 to 40 inches possible. Travel will be extremely difficult to impossible. Interstate 80 will likely be closed periodically. More snow arrives Wednesday through Friday with another 1 to 2 feet possible. Mammoth Lakes, extreme snowfall Sunday through next week. We are talking about the potential for 6 to 8 feet of total snowfall through the end of February. This is going to be exceptional for skiing, but dangerous for travel. Big Bear Lake, San Bernardino Mountains, heavy snow Sunday and Monday with 1 to 2 feet possible above 6,000 feet. Snow levels could drop to 5,000 feet or lower at times. Oregon continued. Salem, heavy rain Sunday through Wednesday with 3 to 6 inches possible. Strong winds could cause power outages, urban flooding likely, then more rain Thursday and Friday. Bend, heavy snow. Sunday through the entire week, total snowfall through Friday could reach 2 to 3 feet in the city. Much more in the surrounding mountains. Travel will be very difficult. Coast Range communities, massive rainfall totals with 8 to 12 inches possible over the next week. Mudslides and debris flows possible in areas with steep terrain. Washington continued. Bellingham, heavy rain and wind Sunday through Wednesday, 3 to 5 inches of rain, strong south to southwest winds could gust to 50 miles per hour, causing power outages, then more rain Thursday and Friday. Yakima, rain and mountain snow Sunday through Tuesday. Valley could see 1 to 2 inches of rain, while nearby mountains could receive 1 to 2 feet of snow. Olympia, heavy rain Sunday through Wednesday, 4 to 7 inches possible, urban flooding likely, then more rain late week. Mountain passes in Washington. Stevens Pass on U.S. Highway 2, extreme snowfall Sunday through the entire next week, could see 8 to 12 feet of total snowfall. The pass will likely be closed periodically. Travel should be considered impossible. Snoqualmie Pass on Interstate 90, similar forecast with 6 to 10 feet of snow possible. Expect closures and extremely hazardous conditions. White Pass, Chinook Pass, same story. Feet of snow with closures likely. Now let me cover the Rockies in more detail. Colorado continued. Vail, Aspen, Breckenridge, all major ski areas, snow Sunday and Monday with 6 to 12 inches, then more snow Wednesday through Friday with another 1 to 2 feet possible. Powder conditions will be excellent, but avalanche danger will be high. Grand Junction on the western slope, snow Sunday and Monday with 3 to 6 inches possible in town, more in the mountains. Durango, snow Sunday and Monday with 4 to 8 inches, then more snow possible late week. Fort Collins, snow late Sunday into Monday with 4 to 8 inches possible, some blowing and drifting snow with winds gusting to 35 miles per hour, then more snow possible late next week. Wyoming continued. Casper, snow Sunday through Tuesday with 6 to 12 inches possible. Strong winds will cause blowing and drifting snow, reducing visibility significantly. Travel will be hazardous. Laramie along Interstate 80, heavy snow Sunday through Tuesday with 8 to 16 inches possible. The interstate will likely see closures or extreme travel restrictions. Do not attempt to travel through southern Wyoming Sunday through Tuesday if you can avoid it. Cody, Yellowstone area, heavy snow Sunday through Tuesday with 1 to 2 feet possible. Park roads will be impassable. More snow likely throughout the rest of the month. Montana continued. Helena, snow Sunday through Tuesday with 6 to 12 inches. Strong winds will create blowing and drifting snow. Wind chills will drop below zero. Bozeman, similar forecast with 8 to 16 inches of snow possible, especially in higher elevations near Big Sky. Glacier National Park area, extreme mountain snowfall with 2 to 3 feet possible over the next week. Going to the Sun Road will remain closed through the winter, Idaho continued. Sun Valley, Ketchum area, heavy snow Sunday through Tuesday with 1 to 2 feet possible. Excellent powder for skiing, then more snow likely throughout the next 2 weeks. Idaho Falls, snow Sunday through Tuesday with 6 to 12 inches, then more snow possible late week. Sandpoint on the far north, heavy snow with 1 to 2 feet possible over the next week. Lake Pend or Reel could see significant snowfall accumulations. Utah continued. Ogden, snow Sunday and Monday with 4 to 8 inches, then more snow midweek. Provo, similar forecast. St. George, in far southern Utah, staying mostly dry with just a chance of light rain showers, temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Moab, light snow possible Sunday with a coating to 2 inches, then dry. New Mexico continued. Taos, Red River ski areas, snow Sunday and Monday with 6 to 12 inches, then more snow possible Wednesday and Thursday. Good news for skiers. Las Cruces, staying dry and mild with temperatures in the upper 50s to mid-60s. Roswell, dry and pleasant. Now let me go back to the east and give you more specific information about the snow potential for Monday morning, because I know this is going to catch a lot of people off guard. The computer models have been consistently showing the development of snow late Sunday night into Monday morning for parts of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. The European model, which is generally our most reliable guidance, has been showing this for several days now. The GFS model, which is the American model, has also been picking up on this, though it has been a bit more aggressive with snowfall amounts. Here is the specific mechanism that is going to produce this snow. As the main storm system that brings severe weather to the southeast pushes offshore Sunday and Monday, it is going to run into a pocket of cold air that has been trapped east of the Appalachian Mountains. This is that cold air damming I mentioned earlier. The interaction between the departing storm system and the cold air is going to wring out just enough moisture to produce light to moderate snowfall across parts of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and New England. The timing is going to be critical because this is going to happen primarily during the overnight hours, Sunday night into Monday morning. Let me give you more specific timing for major cities. Philadelphia, snow begins to mix in with rain around midnight Sunday night, becomes mostly snow by 2 a.m. Monday morning, continues until around 9 a.m. Monday morning, then tapers off. Total accumulation coating to 1 inch for the city, 1 to 2 inches in northern and western suburbs, including King of Prussia, Doylestown, and Quakertown. New York City, snow begins to mix in with rain around 1 a.m. Monday morning, becomes mostly snow by 3 a.m., continues until around 10 a.m. Monday morning, then ends. Total accumulation coating to 1 inch for Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens, 1 to 2 inches for the Bronx and northern suburbs, including Westchester County, Bergen County, New Jersey, and Rockland County. Boston, snow begins around 3 a.m. Monday morning, continues until around 11 a.m. Monday morning, then ends. Total accumulation 2 to 4 inches for the city, 3 to 5 inches for western suburbs, including Worcester, Framingham, and Lowell. Albany, snow begins around midnight Sunday night, continues through Monday morning, ends early Monday afternoon. Total accumulation 4 to 8 inches. Heavier amounts in the higher elevations of the Adirondacks and Catskills. Providence, Rhode Island, snow begins around 2 a.m. Monday morning, continues until around 10 a.m. Monday morning. Total accumulation 2 to 4 inches. Hartford, Connecticut, snow begins around midnight Sunday night, continues until around 10 a.m. Monday morning. Total accumulation 3 to 6 inches. Portland, Maine, snow begins around midnight Sunday night, continues through Monday morning and early afternoon. Total accumulation 4 to 8 inches. Now, will this snow stick to the roads? That is the million-dollar question, and the answer is, it depends. Temperatures Sunday evening are going to be in the upper 30s to low 40s across much of the region, which means roads will initially be too warm for snow to accumulate. However, as snow continues to fall through the overnight and early morning hours, especially the heavier bursts, it will cool the ground and allow accumulation to occur on roadways. The Monday morning commute, roughly 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., is when we could see the most impact. Even an inch of snow can make roads slippery, especially on bridges, overpasses, and lesser-traveled secondary roads. If you live in the areas I just mentioned and you have to commute Monday morning, plan for extra time, drive slowly, and increase your following distance. Now let me address the record warmth that is coming next week in more detail, because this is going to be truly remarkable. The ridge that is going to build over the central United States next week is going to be one of the strongest February ridges we have seen in years. When I say ridge, I am talking about a large area of high pressure aloft that causes sinking air. Sinking air compresses and warms, which is why we get such warm temperatures under ridges. This particular ridge is going to be centered over the Central Plains, which is going to put places like Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri in the bullseye for the warmest temperatures. But the warmth is going to spread over a huge area, from the Rockies all the way to the East Coast. Let me give you specific record high temperature forecasts for Tuesday, February 17th. Omaha, Nebraska, forecast high of 75 degrees. Record for the date is 71 degrees, set in 1930. Lincoln, Nebraska, forecast high of 75 degrees. Record for the date is 72 degrees, set in 1930. Wichita, Kansas, forecast high of 76 degrees. Record for the date is 74 degrees, set in 2011. Kansas City, Missouri, forecast high of 72 degrees. Record for the date is 71 degrees, set in 1911. For Wednesday, February 18th, Des Moines, Iowa, forecast high of 68 degrees. Record for the date is 64 degrees, set in 1930. Indianapolis, Indiana, forecast high of 66 degrees. Record for the date is 63 degrees, set in 1930. Springfield, Illinois, forecast high of 68 degrees. Record for the date is 67 degrees, set in 1930. Chicago, Illinois, forecast high of 60 degrees. Record for the date is 59 degrees, set in 1930. But it is not just the daytime highs that are going to be record-breaking. The overnight lows are going to be incredibly warm as well, especially Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Record warm minimum temperatures possible for Wednesday morning, February 18th. Topeka, Kansas, forecast low of 50 degrees. Record warm low for the date is 49 degrees. Columbia, Missouri, forecast low of 52 degrees. Record warm low for the date is 51 degrees. Evansville, Indiana, forecast low of 54 degrees. Record warm low for the date is 53 degrees. Louisville, Kentucky, forecast low of 56 degrees. Record warm low for the date is 54 degrees. In some locations, the low temperature Wednesday morning is going to be warmer than the typical high temperature for mid-February. That is how extreme this warmth is going to be. And it is not just the records that are impressive. It is the departure from normal. Places like Omaha and Lincoln are going to be 30 to 35 degrees above normal for this time of year. That is like taking a typical mid-February day and fast-forwarding to late April or early May. You are going to see people in shorts and t-shirts, barbecuing outside, playing golf, doing yard work. It is going to feel like spring, at least for a few days. But as I mentioned earlier, this warmth is not going to last. The cold front that sweeps through on Friday, February 20th is going to bring a harsh reality check. Temperatures are going to crash and crash hard. Let me give you an example of just how dramatic the temperature swing is going to be. Omaha, Nebraska, Wednesday high of 75 degrees, Saturday high of 32 degrees. That is a 43-degree temperature drop in just 3 days. Des Moines, Iowa, Wednesday high of 68 degrees, Saturday high of 28 degrees, a 40-degree drop. Kansas City, Missouri, Wednesday high of 72 degrees, Saturday high of 36 degrees, a 36-degree drop. These kinds of temperature swings can be tough on your body, especially for older adults or people with respiratory issues. Dress in layers because you might need a t-shirt on Wednesday and a heavy winter coat by Saturday. Now let me talk about the severe weather threat in more detail, particularly for Sunday afternoon across northern Florida and southern Georgia. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight risk for severe weather, which is their second category out of 5. The categories are marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, and high. Slight risk means scattered severe storms are possible, and we should expect multiple reports of damaging winds, large hail, and a few tornadoes. But here is what concerns me about Sunday afternoon. The atmospheric ingredients are going to come together in a way that could support some significant tornadoes, not just brief spin-ups. Let me break down the ingredients. First, instability. We are going to see convective available potential energy, or CAPE, values exceeding 1,500 joules per kilogram across South Georgia by mid-afternoon Sunday. That is plenty of fuel for strong to severe thunderstorms. Second, moisture. Dew points are going to surge into the low to mid-60s across southern Georgia and northern Florida Sunday afternoon. That is very high moisture for February, and it is going to make the atmosphere very unstable. Third, wind shear. This is the big one. We are going to have strong wind shear both in terms of speed and direction. The winds are going to be increasing rapidly with height, and they are also going to be changing direction dramatically. This is exactly what you need for supercells, which are the types of thunderstorms that produce the strongest tornadoes. Fourth, a trigger mechanism. The squall line from Saturday night is going to weaken Sunday morning as it moves through southern Alabama and the central Florida panhandle. But as it encounters the more unstable air over South Georgia and northern Florida Sunday afternoon, it is going to re-intensify. And here is the concerning part. Ahead of the main line, we could see discrete supercell thunderstorms develop. These discrete supercells would have access to all the instability and wind shear I just mentioned, and they would be moving through areas with a lot of people. Jacksonville metropolitan area has almost 1.5 million people. Tallahassee has almost 200,000 people. Gainesville has almost 150,000 people. If a strong tornado were to track through any of these areas Sunday afternoon or evening, the impacts could be devastating. I am not trying to scare anyone, but I do want people to take this threat seriously. Make sure you have a plan. Know where you are going to go if a tornado warning is issued. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. Keep your cell phone charged. If you have a basement, that is your best bet. If you do not have a basement, get to the lowest floor of your home in an interior room away from windows. A bathroom or closet is ideal. Cover yourself with blankets, pillows, or a mattress to protect against flying debris. The tornado threat is going to be highest between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Sunday across northern Florida and southern Georgia. If a tornado warning is issued for your area, do not wait. Take shelter immediately. Tornadoes can form quickly, especially with supercells, and you may have only a few minutes of warning. Now let me talk about the flooding threat, because this is going to be a significant issue across multiple states this weekend. The Weather Prediction Center has issued a slight risk for excessive rainfall, which means flash flooding is possible for parts of Arkansas Sunday and Monday. The Little Rock area could see 3 to 5 inches of rain in just 24 hours, with some locations potentially exceeding 6 inches if thunderstorms repeatedly move over the same areas. The Arkansas River Basin is going to be particularly vulnerable to flooding. If you live near the Arkansas River or its tributaries, monitor river levels closely. The river is going to rise quickly Sunday night and Monday, and minor flooding is possible along some stretches. The same is true for parts of the Mississippi River Basin. The upper tributaries of the Mississippi, particularly in Arkansas, Missouri, and Tennessee, are going to see a lot of water entering the system. This water is eventually going to make its way downstream, which could lead to river flooding along the Mississippi in the days and weeks ahead, especially if we continue to see heavy rain events like we are forecasting for late February. Gulf Coast rivers are also going to run high. The Pearl River, which forms part of the border between Louisiana and Mississippi, could see flooding. The Pascagoula River in Mississippi could flood. The Tombigbee River in Alabama and Mississippi could see rises. If you live near any rivers or streams in the southeast, stay alert. Urban flooding is going to be a problem too. Cities with poor drainage are going to see standing water on roads and highways. Do not drive through flooded roadways. Turn around, do not drown. It only takes 6 inches of fast-moving water to knock a person off their feet, and it only takes 12 inches of water to sweep a car away. Now let me give you one more round of detailed forecasts for cities I have not covered yet, Louisiana continued. Lake Charles, severe thunderstorms tonight with damaging winds and large hail possible, arrives around 10 p.m. to midnight, then heavy rain Sunday with 1 to 3 inches possible, then improving and warming next week. Monroe, northeastern Louisiana, severe weather threat late tonight into Sunday morning, then heavy rain, then drying out and warming. Lafayette, severe weather tonight around 9 p.m. to midnight, then heavy rain Sunday, then pleasant next week. Mississippi continued. Tupelo, northeastern Mississippi, rain and possible thunderstorms Sunday morning. Some could be severe, then gradually improving, warming next week with highs in the upper 60s. Meridian, central Mississippi, severe weather threat Sunday morning, then heavy rain, then warming next week. Hattiesburg, southern Mississippi, severe weather possible Sunday morning, heavy rain likely with 2 to 3 inches possible, then improving. Alabama continued. Montgomery, severe weather possible Sunday morning and early afternoon, heavy rain likely with 1 to 3 inches, then improving and warming next week. Tuscaloosa, rain and possible severe thunderstorms Sunday, then warming next week. Dothan, southeastern Alabama, severe weather threat Sunday afternoon, heavy rain, then improving. Georgia continued. Columbus, rain and possible severe thunderstorms Sunday, some could be strong, then improving and warming next week with highs near 70 by Wednesday. Macon, central Georgia, severe weather threat Sunday afternoon, heavy rain, then nice weather next week. Albany, southwestern Georgia, right in the bullseye for severe weather Sunday afternoon. All hazards possible, including tornadoes. Please have a plan, South Carolina continued. Greenville, northwestern South Carolina, heavy rain Sunday and Monday with 1 to 3 inches. Some thunderstorms possible, then drying out and warming next week. Spartanburg, similar forecast. Florence, eastern South Carolina, heavy rain and gusty winds. Sunday and Monday, coastal areas could see some minor coastal flooding with onshore winds. North Carolina continued. Greensboro, heavy rain Sunday and Monday, 1 to 2 inches, some thunderstorms, then clearing and warming next week with highs in the mid-60s by Wednesday. Asheville, western North Carolina mountains, rain Sunday transitioning to a rain and snow mix late Sunday night and Monday morning above 3,500 feet. Valley rain totals 1 to 2 inches, then clearing and milder. Fayetteville, heavy rain and wind Sunday and Monday, then improving. The weather over the next 2 weeks is going to be extreme, it is going to be volatile, and it is going to impact every single American in some way. From the historic snow in the west to the severe weather in the southeast, from record warmth in the middle of the country to the return of winter late next week, this is a pattern that is going to keep everyone on their toes. Stay safe, stay informed, check the forecast daily because things are going to change rapidly, and I will see you in the next forecast.